I used to think that talking to women was this thing that is so fucking hard to do. And if you're a young guy or just a guy in general that has never really seen attracting women as a skill, I'm going to change your mind in this video. And me and my cat Olive are going to give you some very specific strategies on how to actually set up your dating life for success so you can get consistent results. Now, if you know anything about me and this channel, you know that I'm a guy that I generally was really shy and didn't know how to talk to girls without shaking until I was like 19 or 20. So I was very shy growing up, and I really struggled with just talking to women, even opening my mouth. And in the last 10 years, I've gotten to a point where I have my ideal dating life. I'm married to the girl of my dreams. I'm really happy with everything in my life in terms of relationships. I have a really good relationship. I've been on hundreds of dates from day game, been on hundreds of dates from night game, and I just had a lot of experience with women. I would say I'm pretty good with women now. And like if you honestly, if you know me personally and you ask anybody in like my friend circles or you ask anybody around me, then women are generally pretty attracted to me. And it's because of the habits that I built up that I'm going to teach you in this video. And it starts with the mindsets that I'm going to talk about. So by the end of this video, you're going to understand that attracting women is not just something you have or don't have. It's something that you can build over time, and you can have a real solid and consistent way to attract women consistently in your life. Very, very simply, if you just have some of these systems and mindsets in place. Now, if you've been watching my channel or you watch other dating content, then you know that this skill is not something that's very easy to do. Because if it was something that's easy to do, then every guy would do it. It'd just be kind of on autopilot. We'd teach it everywhere. Your dad would know how to do it. Your uncle would know how to do it. But at the end of the day, like, this is something that is very hard to do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down a very simple formula for you guys on my screen over here on how to actually get better with women in record time without wasting a bunch of time wondering if it's my looks, if it's, you know, my haircut, if I'm balding, if I'm too short. You're not going to worry about any of these things because everything I'm going to give you in this video is exactly what you need in order to actually level this stuff up. This is the most important bare bones explanation you will ever see anywhere on the internet. I've broken down getting better with women into a very simple formula that I have up here on the screen, okay? And this is gonna take you from being this sad little monkey that nobody cares about, oh, he's alone in the tree, he has a banana, oh, he's so sad, to being this guy that's a total giga chad, super cool, has sunglasses, has friends, has women around him, is very attractive to women. And the real nuts and bolts of what this comes down to is volume times effort equals skill, okay? That is it. And that's all you have to do. So first, what do I even mean by skill? Skill is going to be all of your behaviors and how you act around women. And I have another beautiful drawing for you that I'm going to show you in just a second. And what you have to understand about skill with women is that women don't reject you. They're not rejecting this guy right here. They're rejecting all of your behaviors. So how you open, the subcoms you have, the DHVs you have, the way you talk about yourself, the lines you have, the flirting, the teasing, the frames, the sexualization, the escalation. She's rejecting those things. She's not rejecting this guy, this cute little dude with the smile on his face. She's not rejecting this guy. She doesn't like your behaviors. And that's the most important thing you have to understand. So your behaviors are really just an implementation of the skills that you have. So if you're not very good at flirting yet, if you're not very good at having good subcoms, if you're not very good at opening in a strong and confident way, then she's rejecting those skills. So what do we have to do? Well, obviously we have to increase our fucking skills. We have to get better at talking to women. And so this is how you're going to do this. You're going to increase volume, which is how many interactions am I getting? But you can't just increase volume. You have to have purpose behind the interactions that you get into. So if you go out and you approach 5 times in a day, but you're not paying attention to one specific skill, like let's take opening, for example. I'm not focused on how can I open better? How can I open louder? How can I smile more when I open? How can I have a more flirty delivery? If I'm not focused on that, I'm not going to get better at it. And so those 5 opens, those 5 interactions, I will learn nothing from it except maybe a little bit of desensitization to rejection, which is why guys will go out, they'll get to the point where they can approach once a day, which I think for a lot of you would be like, holy shit, I wish I could get to that point. But even when you get to that point, a lot of these guys, they just go out and they approach and they approach. And I see this with my coaching clients. They start approaching a lot, but they don't make any changes. They don't pay attention to the effort and they don't have a focus on the skill that they need to improve in order to improve their approaches. So it would actually be much better instead of making 5 approaches per day, it would be much better or greater to do one approach a day with a specific skill in mind. So holding eye contact better, smiling more when you open, talking louder, and then reinforcing that after you make the approach. This is where guys get it all wrong. They don't have a system or a process for how to build up the skills that are necessary to get better with women. Now, what are the skills you actually need to get better with women? What are the skills that are most important? Well, I talk about it a little over here, but I'm just going to break down a few that are going to be the most valuable for you watching this video, my friend. Okay. So first, obviously, we have the open. The open is going to be what you say. It's going to be how you say it. And it's going to be your body language, how you actually carry yourself when you open. So when you're practicing opening, you want to be working on one of these three things. So instead of, hey, what's the weather? You could be like, hey, excuse me, I thought you were super cute. What's your name? Or you could even go better and you could do a more indirect opener that's still confident, like, hey, I'm super curious about something. Are you guys best friends? Like if you're approaching a group of two girls, right? That gets the conversation to be open. The next thing is, how am I doing it? So instead of, hey, I'm really curious about something. Are you guys best friends? It's, hey, I'm super curious about something. Pause. Are you guys best friends? That is so much better, so much more confident. And then third, the body language. How do I carry myself? So am I open? Am I talking with my hands? Or am I like this? Hey, I'm really curious about something. Are you guys best friends? It comes off weirder than if I'm like, hey, I'm super curious about something. Are you guys best friends? That's so much more confident. And that's just one skill. Let's move on to the next skill. Subcomms. This is how you carry yourself throughout the interaction over a longer period of time. So like 5, 10, 15 minutes. How long can you hold eye contact without breaking it because you're nervous? How long can you have open body language and talk with your hands? How long can you square up with the girl, right? Like pelvis facing towards her. How long can you control your rate of speech? Like how fast or slow you're talking, getting sped up in the interaction. How can you control that in the best way possible? These are all things that you need to work on. So for example, with eye contact, end your sentences. So end sentences with eye contact, right? End sentences with eye contact. Open body language, wide shoulders, talk with your hands, right? Squaring up, pelvis towards the girl, right? Rate of speech, slow down and use pauses. These are all things that you need to actually work on. And these are like really valuable. If you just implement these, you'll get way better results. Now we can talk about another skill, which is frames. Frames are like, what is my worldview? What are my beliefs? What beliefs am I bringing into this interaction? And there are a few frames that I think are really fucking important here. One is not taking negativity or negative response as if she doesn't like you. So one frame would be, this is a firewall response from the girl, not she hates me. Because she probably doesn't hate you. She probably just doesn't know you. And so she's not being open yet. Or assuming attraction. That's another positive frame. Assuming things are going to go your way. So you assume attraction and you can lead. And instead of asking, hey, can I please get your number? You assume, yeah, let me get your number. We'll hang out sometime. That's so much more confident. All of these frames are very important. These are things I teach inside of my coaching program. So the whole point of this video is that, one, girls are not rejecting you, this cute little dude that's just harmless. He just wants to talk to this girl. She's not rejecting you. She's rejecting this category of behaviors that you're not dialed in on yet. And that's fine because you can work on these. You don't have enough practice with it. And the way you practice these skills is through volume of interactions and how much effort you put into improving the skill. So maybe if you feel stuck, if you feel like you don't know why you're not getting better, maybe you've been approaching for a while, this might be why. So I want you to take this moving forward and let me know in the comments how it goes for you. And I want you to try to reframe, if I'm putting in the effort, if I'm getting the approaches in, which a lot of guys aren't approaching enough. But if you are, what kind of effort am I putting in to actually thinking about the skill? Or am I just blindly approaching, not really making any changes to my behavior? Because you have to do both of these to increase skill, which will lead to you being epic, having all these friends, having all these girls around you. That's the most important stuff. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Apply for coaching down below. Peace.